Now antigen and antibodies. Antigen and antibodies. This whole you have to memorize how many type of immunity is there. Just a brief revision there because I taught this in very much detail that day. Antigen and antibodies. What is antigen? We are aware with this term, yes? Where we have listened this term?
Yes.
Antigens are there on the red blood cells. Two type of antigens they are there on A and B. They produce antibodies. A produce of B type, B produce of A type, and that gives the immunity to the body. Yes. Here.
It is there in blood, but it is known as foreign molecule.
But here, not specifically that it's there in the blood, and means any of the chemical or any of the foreign particle which triggers the formation of antibodies. That is antigen.
So
that starts the formation or that starts defense system.
So it is like a disease.
No. It's a defense system. When it sees some sort of infection in the body, it started forming the chemical to fight with it. So it triggers that defense system, and as a result antibodies are formed. Antibodies, they are the chemicals which fight. Actually the antibodies are fighting, but who trigger the formation of this antibody? Antigen. Antibodies belong to the category of protein called immunoglobulin. It's related to the immunity system. Immunity is actually the defense system of your body, and antibodies are the chemicals which provide immunity to the body. It's sort like antibodies are the weapon, and with these weapons a person fight and become get the security. That is defense system. Yes.
Immune system release antibody or
Immune system actually they release antibodies, and antibodies are the chemicals which fight with the pathogens or infection.
B cells also release B cells also release antibody. They come under
Leukocytes, lymphocytes, phagocytes, different types of. Leukocytes are of C type. Then lymphocytes other type. They are of B type and T type. So specific antibodies for the specific type of infection. It's not like one antibody is enough for the all type of infection. It's not like that. The specific antibodies. That's why we are introducing the vaccine. They are specific for the specific diseases. Understood? So, when any foreign particle enters in the body, the defense system become active due to some of the cells which are present in the body. They can be leukocytes, they can be lymphocytes, and they trigger the formation of antibodies, and as a result body gets the prevention from all type of germs or pathogens. basically these lymphocytes or leukocytes, they are WBC, white blood cells. They are WBC, white blood cells. And lymphocytes, they are the part of lymphatic system. So usually they are there in the lymphoid tissue, lymph vessels or spleen. They are also found in circulating blood. In fact, these lymphocytes originate in bone marrow. Formation of red blood cells are also there in the bone marrow and are known as B lymphocyte or B cell. We already know that the lymphocytes are of two types, B type and T type. And the function of T type
B is
to recognize and to inform B, and function of B is to produce antibodies.
what is the way?
Here we are talking about lymphocytes. The lymphocytes are of two types.
Which B and
T.
T. B is
That is, you were there when I explained this. B type of cells and T type of cells. T is informing to B. They are working in collaboration. What happened in AIDS? What happened in AIDS?
The damage is T cell.
T cell. So there is no information for the T to form the antibody. That's why the defense system kills, because there is no information for the body. This whole system is working on the basis of information only. And information, how will we get? How our body gets the information? Basically, our body, all the systems are controlled by brain only, by the nervous system. Without information, body cannot respond. Yes? So, all the information we get from the brain. Then what you can say is the control center. But when you talk about like immunity, here the some of the authorities having to the T cell also. They are having what you can say authority to inform B cell. And we know that the one kind of antibody acts against the one kind of antigen or the what you can say pathogens. Usually when
they are taking as a disease here. They are taking antigen as a disease.
actually what? Listen, because you were not there on that day when I was explaining the immunity in detail. Usually what happens, we have immunity two types. One is innate, one is acquired. Innate at the time of birth means first line of defense. Usually everyone is having at the time of birth, like saliva, tear and sweat gland. This so some of the immunity is at the time of birth and other types we are acquired. Acquired, either the way we get the infection means like suppose someone is diseased by chicken pox, and now there is very less chances or there is no chances that same person will be attacked by the same disease. There is very less chances, because now body knows about that infection and body is ready with the antibodies. Now the next time when the original germ will enter in the body, then what happens? Body retaliates. Body will give defensive force. What you can say? Body provide defense against that. So now so body learns. This is called something acquired. Means once it gets you can say disease, and now the antibodies related to that is there, and again there is no chances or very less chances to get disease. In the same way, vaccine also. We introduce the weakened germs or the dead germs or what you can say toxoids, so that body recognize that and body will be prepared with the antibodies. Yes, so what? The germs enter as a result, means whenever any foreign particle enter in the body try to recognize it, body start fighting with it, but it takes time. That's why we start this vaccination program, because if we already have the chemical to fight with the same disease, so body will not take time to recognize or to form directly attack on that germ as it enters in the body. But when it's not there, then body takes time to recognize and to produce. In that time, that pathogen multiply many times and causes infection in the body. Now it's difficult to control, and as a result the person is diseased. So these antigens, actually these are the foreign particles also. They are not only those are present on the red blood cells, but they are actually the innate, you can say. But the pathogens which are entered, they are also under the category of antigens, because they also provide the immunity to the body. Once somebody gets a disease with some sort of infection, then another type is very less chances, because now body knows how to defend with it. Understood? Any confusion regarding it? No? So immunity developed in the body as a result of antibodies may be short-lived in case of common cold, or for long period in case of smallpox or measles. Common cold, usually the antibodies which are produced, they are working for the shorter time. That's why person gets infected with the common cold, influenza and all again and again, because that is provide for the short time, and some of the diseases provide for the longer time. Once somebody get infected with the chickenpox or measles, there are very less chances to get infected again in a very short span of time. Maybe many years after one can be diseased. There are some cases with they can be diseased again, but there are very less chances. Usually the body gets antibodies related to that, and then body gets defensive power against that infection. Now do this exercise here on the page number 195. Here, first line of defense, sweat. Second line of defense, yes, inflammatory response. First line of defense, sweat, tear, saliva. Second line, inflammatory response means dilation of the blood vessels. Dilation because they are dilated so that the more blood that injured part get, and as a result that portion healed up quickly. So second defense line is inflammatory response of the body. Now next one is pathogen killing secretion, antibodies, a special chemical found in the blood which act against pathogen, antibodies and antigens. Disease against which immunity is short-lived, common cold. Here you can see antibody, how the antibodies attack on bacteria. Here, when the lymphocyte recognize the sort of an pathogen, then what? It produces antibodies, and then antibodies attach to that pathogen, and then its phagocytic effect, it engulfs it. Here at the corner of this page only 195.
Diagram.
Means like when antibodies are formed. Here suppose infection,